Hey everybody, and yeah, unfortunately we've had a bit of a sad moment. Apparently Fatty or Apple basically broke off his little trapdoor, which is to protect himself when he's in his shell. And for the past few days he's been floating in the water in this little tub. Now I know it's not a lot of water, but I was hoping that he would survive, and he's looking to improve. I'll give him a bit of like an algae flake, get a flower algae wafer. That's it. That's the word I was looking for. And I've basically added him in here, and he's been in here for a good 48 hours, and he's slowly getting there. His little, I don't know if you guys can tell, but that bit there is actually his trapdoor that is underneath him. Now, that was a huge chunk that came straight off his foot, which also closes his little door. And, you know, I was a bit concerned for him, and I think the smell obviously got him to feel hungry, so obviously that's a good sign. But I also think that there might be another reason to why that happened, and I think that might be due to, I don't know, maybe like the loach, which is lock, but it could be absolutely anything. But I read up that it can be very life-threatening, but this can also cause health problems. So, you know, some sources say that it can be either health life-threatening for him, or it can be it can actually be quite a different scenario. So he's doing okay. He's been floating for the last few days, and to be fair with him, he basically has been sat here since Friday. So and I mean Friday evening basically, and he's basically been resting here ever since. I didn't even expect it, but when I saw him laying next to the tree, which is the plastic tree basically, you know what I mean. It's between like where the sign is, where it's called "Don't touch the glass." He was laying there in between, and he just wasn't moving for like almost a week. So I think this injury must have happened maybe like a few days before. So I don't know. So luckily he's showing a bit of improvement, but I can't tell for certain if he is going to be okay. But he has shown a little bit of improvement. He's basically started growing his little foot, so that's the little thing here. So that's his foot right here, but basically that's his little trapdoor. So yeah, so basically that is it's a kind of difficult thing to explain to like a viewer or any viewers who doesn't know what I'm talking about, because apple snails actually have trapdoors. They use it to protect themselves basically in the wild, and they actually prefer to eat plant life that are actually dying in the water, but they'll actually naturally eat it to basically give off nutrients for basically in the wild. And in this case, they are actually known to basically destroy crops across Europe. So hence why they're actually banned in the UK. Like they used to be banned in the UK, as well as Europe. I mean, obviously we are allowed to have them now in the UK, but not in the European Union, because obviously in Europe these guys are a menace, and I can understand why. Because I remember putting a plant in when we started we first put our plants into the tank, and this cheeky motherfucker basically ate all of them, especially with Sonic. Now I've also been monitoring Sonic as well, and he's doing okay. He's been a bit quiet too, but he's been moving out of the way because of due to forgotten his name now. Basically to Lock. There we go. Moving around him quite a lot, and I think it might be some of it due to him. So I know he's been a little, like, I know this little guy here, Apple, he's been a little bit unhappy, but the good news is I've noticed that he actually has done a poo, which is a good sign, because I saw him earlier this morning, and he has done that. Also, the good news is, after I saw him earlier at lunch, he basically started doing some movement. So that's a good sign. Like, really, really good sign. So he's moved ever since. So, you know, like, he's starting to move. And I think he's in a bit of a hibernation because he's obviously feeling a bit vulnerable. But I think I don't know if he's realised that he's in a safe position, because he's not feeling like, I don't think he's seeming like he's, you know, under threat. So that's a good sign. And I also saw his antennae coming out, as well as his little face. So that's also a good sign. So he's obviously wondering what's going on in his little world as well. So the good news is that he has recognised that, I think he's recognised that he's safe, and he's curled up in his little world. And I know it's a little sad for him to be here. I mean, I can feel his emotion, and he, you know, he's a bit vulnerable. I can understand that, and you know, for me, it's a bit of a challenge trying to look after him. So, you know, I'm trying to, you know, help him out as much as I can, and just like give him the health and respect as much as I can to, you know, give him the opportunity to live better. So anyway, I'm going to leave you to it, but because I know I'm rambling, but I just want to tell you a bit about what's going on. But I'm planning to do a stream, probably not today, because it's already been a day, and I have been, you know, resting because today basically is in a few days I'll be travelling to York with my mum, and I'm basically just having a little rest from the week because the week was a bit hectic. So yeah, so like I said, he's okay, but I just wanted to give you a bit of an update about what's going on in the tank. He's basically here for the time being. I did consider bringing in Sonic, but Sonic seems to be okay, so that's good. He's moved around, and he's also eaten as well, so that's a very good sign. I gave 2 wafers to each of them, but obviously separately, so that's good. So that's what I mean. So he's improving, and he's also taking things slowly, which I expect him to. Now anyway, thank you ever so much for watching, but also I will be doing some updates on how they're doing. I know I haven't done any videos on the fish for a little while, and that's partially due to spot passing, but I will talk about that in a later video or later stream. So yeah, anyway guys, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Cheers guys. Ta-ra.